Hello, this is Minister JB, and I just want to say Happy New Year to all you good folks that I haven't had an opportunity to speak to this year. Happy New Year and wish you a wonderful and positive year. Today, I want to talk to you about something that probably happened to a lot of us, including myself, and today's topic is going to be, what are you waiting for? And doing this talk made me realize my own limitations of my own self. And I just wanted to be able to share this with you because it's happening to so many of us. So many of us sit around waiting for conditions to be right in order to make a move to fulfill our dreams and desires. We are waiting for everything to be perfectly aligned and for everything to fall in place. They want all the I's dotted, all the T's crossed, and everything should just be 100% perfect for you to move forward. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you sit around waiting for that to happen, then more than likely you are not going to pursue your dream or your goals because things don't work out that way. It just doesn't work out that way. You have to be willing to have some faith and you have to be willing to step out on your faith. And this talk is going to be about stepping out on your faith and helping you to conquer those things that are holding you back. And the thing that's holding you back is called fear, false evidence of things appearing to be real. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you that fear is the dream killer and desire killer of all mankind. It's between fear and procrastination is why people very seldom accomplish very much in life because of those two things. And I too have been a victim, as well as many of you have been victims of that situation too. But we're going to talk about how to break through, how to have a breakthrough today, but how to move forward and be able to get these things accomplished, how to fulfill your desires and dreams. Because I know that many of you have good ideas, great ideas, and you've been waiting for a long time to implement them and to make them move forward. So we're going to today talk about how to get those things happening in your life and make your life more productive and make you happier and have you to have more success in your life. Okay? I don't know no one who do not want to be happier, who do not want to be successful. So those are things that we're going to talk about that's going to help us to move forward. Like I told you earlier, fear is a real thing and it's reality. In the Christian perspective of things, and what I'm going to talk to you about is you don't necessarily have to be Christian or any other religion. This is really not a topic about religion, but I just want to say that there's a saying in the Christian church or Christian environment that if you take one step, God will take two. Now, I tried to find that myself in the Christian Bible, but I had no success in finding that statement. But, personally, I do believe that that is true. I believe that if you take one step, the Creator inside of you will help you to move forth. But you have to be bold enough to step out and do at least something in the direction of what you want to do. Now, the key is that, so many of us, like I say, everybody wants things to be perfect, but it's not your job to be able to determine what the outcome is going to be. Your job is to take the first step, and that's the purpose of having the Creator will come in and to assist you to move forward in your goals and desires. But you have to take the first step in doing that. And also that it's just an essential that we overcome our fears to be able to do that. Let me just share with you a little something, experience I had to help me to overcome my fears. And this doesn't apply to you per se, but I'm just saying that everybody has to have a different method and different ways to overcome their fears and to overcome the challenges in their life. You may have heard, all of you who have been listening to me for a while, have heard me tell you the story about my experience with Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is one of the most famous motivational speakers in the United States or the world. Tony Robbins has been around for a long, long time. He has inspired people on all levels, from everyday people to presidents. So he's a person that has facts and know how to move people and motivate people to do something. So I decided to take a course with Tony Robbins about 12 years ago. And in this course, I was taught how to conquer and overcome my fears and how to use my mental capability to obtain that which I wanted to have done in my life. So with Tony, it took Tony, the course took about 10 hours in order to get me personally to that state of mind where I was willing to step out on my faith and really take a chance at doing something different that I never did before and to overcome a fear. As a young kid, I had a real traumatic experience with fire. I was living with my grandmother at the time, and I poured some kerosene in a wooden stove, and it exploded and burnt my face and caused me a lot of discomfort. And that really left me petrified for fire for a long, long time. I had a real challenge of dealing with that, you know. Something like that can be very dramatic, especially if you're a young kid, a young person, to have something like that to happen to you. And I think I was maybe about 6 or 7 years old. But that feeling stayed with me for a long, long time, you know. But what I did with the Tony Robinson course, we actually were taught how to condition our mind to the point where we could walk on 2,000 degrees of hot coals. Some of you may have heard about it and may be familiar with that program that Tony implemented, but it's a part of overcoming your fears. So in the process of doing that, it took Tony 10 hours to convince us that we had the mental capability to move forward and to not be blocked by our fears. And believe me, that fire was a fear of mine that I did not want to face. So after about 10 hours, we were all lined up. It was about 5,000 or 6,000 people. And we were lined up to do the fire walk. And we had about 50 rows of fires that was hot coals. And the walk was probably about 25 to 30 feet that we had to walk to the hot coals. And everybody, you know, you got in line, and we all got up to the starting line. Each person would get there, and when you look down, you know, you have to have a state of mind that my faith is strong enough that I can do this and I can take the first step. And I know the only way that I could conquer this was to take the first step. And I did. I took my first step, and I kept my eyes focused on where the end of the journey was. And I just had faith and belief that I could do it. I had faith to believe that the Creator inside me would protect me from being burnt or anything. And also that we was given a mantra, a sound that we used to help cool the temperature, or mentally cool the temperature in our mind until we was able to come to the end of the walk. Now, once I came to the end of that walk, reality hit me like a ton of bricks. That life is about taking the first step. And once you take the first step, the obstacles that seem to be so powerful and so overwhelming will crumble like a piece of paper. That's how the experience was to me, that I was able to overcome that fear that had been so deeply ingrained inside of me for so many years, that I was able to actually take the necessary walk and to be able to do that. And beloved one, that is the same thing that each one of us need to do. Not necessarily walk on fire to prove that, but for you to be able to take the first initial step, regardless of how it may appear. Whether everything, you have all the money, you have all the everything that's perfectly aligned and everybody's in place. You cannot go by that. You have to take the first step in order to be able to move to that level you want to do. And so by taking the first step, like I said, the obstacles that which will begin to crumble, and that God force inside of you will begin to assist you every time that you make a move and do something towards your goal and dream. The universal God force inside of you will help you and assist you on the journey to be able to fulfill your desires and your dreams. You have to be willing to take the first steps, beloved one. So, you know, don't put yourself in a position where you will never be able to accomplish what you want in your life because you become frozen, and and you get to the point where you just don't know what to do. When you get to the point you don't know what to do, just take the first step and move toward the goals, and watch them begin to happen. Watch things begin to process. It may not go fast, and you may even fail. But that's not the deal. You may fail the first time, you may fail the second time, but the key is to get up and keep going until you reach your goal by each time taking a step to make sure that you are in place to make this happen. Okay? You have the ability in you. Each one of you are a child of God. And I cannot overemphasize that. And that being a child of the God, the Creator, your internal God force are waiting for you to take the first step in order to accomplish what it is that you so desire in your life. So you have to get up and you have to go forth and have faith, knowing that the God inside of you are going to assist you with your goal. And do not focus on the failure. Like I said, you do not have a clear picture of what the outcome is going to be, because that's not your job. Your job is just to take the first step and make things happen. That is what you need to do in order to accomplish your goals. So hopefully that you will have a little understanding of what it is to take to move forward and to be able to conquer your challenges and things that you wanted to do, beloved one, because the Creator came to give us life and was to have life abundance. We are not to sit here to suffer and to have disappointments and have things go chaotic in life. It is not your purpose for being here. We've been given everything we need in order to have a prosperous, safe, and healthy life. So we have to go forward and do what we need to do and bring joy in our life to be able to support ourselves and support our family and give support to the universe as a whole, because your success helps everybody's success. So each one of us have a responsibility to move forward and to be able to do their part into helping to create that desire and those goals and aspirations they have for themselves. So hopefully you would take this message and utilize it to your betterment and move forward and do what you need to do, because you are blessed, beloved one. You are blessed, and you have the abilities within you, and you're holding back, and you're not letting your best self come forward because you have this fear, and fear will stagnate you. So now that you know that it is all about taking the first step. So from this point on, you have something you need to do. You've been working on it for years. You've been thinking about it for years. You've been contemplating it, and you're still saying, oh, well, everything ain't come together for me to do it. Forget that. If you have a goal, do something. Just do something toward it. Write a business plan, make a step, make a phone call, do something that's going to help you to open up and get that process started. But you will find that once you take that process and that step, things will begin to unfold and bring it into fruition. And I speak to you because when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well, okay? So go forward, do what you need to do, and take that first step and realize you are a child of God, and you have the ability and you have the divine right to have happiness and success in your life, okay? Be peaceful, and until we talk next time, beloved, have a wonderful and positive day.